Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are having a great start to your week. Hello there, Miss Dolores. Hello there. How are you? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hey, Evangelist. Hey, Lolita. Hello there. How are you? Grand Rising. Hello, Valerie. Pesce. Why I always have a struggle with her name? I say it right one day, and then the next day I be messing it up. Hey, love, how are you? Hey, Teresa. Hey, Dolores. Me, I already spoke to you. Lord, Monday is Mondaying. Grand Rising. Lord, Jesus. Well, this week is going to be a busy week. Okay, so if you guys haven't been keeping up with Adrianna Young case, this case was brought to me last week on the Bigo side of things, but because it's so in depth and because this is more so of an international case, it's going to start over here on YouTube, but then the conversation will continue more in depth on the Bigo side of things because there is some aspects of this case that I cannot discuss here. Okay. So please make sure that you guys do tune into Bigo because I will be discussing. Also, quick announcement: if you missed Friday's Bigo show, it has been officially recorded and posted, only available on SavageRoyalT.com. And then today's live show will also be recorded as well. All right. So if you ever miss a Bigo show or you miss some details because you don't watch on Bigo, those recordings will only be available on the website and the website only. If you haven't subscribed to SavageRoyalty.com yet, please make sure that you do so, or you will not be able to watch any of the replays or other exclusive content that is available there. Okay. Once again, we also are closing out the month with our raffle entries. This month raffle, you get a chance to win exclusive merch from SavageRoyalty.com that is not due to release until June, but you will be the first person to have it. Okay. So you enter by throwing your super stickers, super chats, and all those things. And I will pull the name next at the end of the I will pull the name at the beginning of May, okay? So that you guys will be able to get your raffle entries, and we will pull them then. Okay, so good luck to everyone. Hey, Elizabeth. Hello there. How are you? Alrighty, guys. So this case here is this is a more so international case a little bit, and this is the Adriana Young case, and the circumstances of her death is actually very sad. Okay. And there's a lot of pieces to this puzzle that I've been digging into, and I can honestly say that this is a rabbit hole. Okay. This is a rabbit hole. So Adriana was reported missing on April the 23rd, and things this escalated over the following days. And it's a lot of pieces, including corruption, possibly, cover-ups and things of that nature in regards to Adriana's death. So this happened at the Doubleday Hotel and Bar, and this is in Tashin, which is in the East Bank, out there in Guyana. And many people have been very vocal about this case, and is now touching the U.S. side of things because the family has also requested for the FBI to step in. And from my understanding, there will be some United States investigators as well as pathologists, forensics that will be looking into this case a little bit more in depth. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over the facts of the case as well as the history of this hotel, because this is the first person to die there with a very suspicious circumstance. Not only that, this isn't the first time where the owners of the hotel is connected to a death that has happened on their property. So Adriana Day was attending a family outing with her grandmother. Her grandmother's name is Carol Xavier, and other relatives at the hotel's pool. So she was last seen at around 1:10 p.m. after being given money to work to purchase some swim bands. And so from my understanding, she had went down to and this hotel is, it has different levels of the hotel. So she went down to get some swim bands in order for her to be able to get into the pool. Her grandmother sent her down there. And things went left after that. So this is Adriana here. And prior to Adriana, here is why Adriana's case is a little bit questionable. It's a lot of things, but one of the biggest things is because historically at this hotel back in 2012, you have this man here, Sadiq. Okay. And Sadiq, he was a young mechanic and he was found to be deceased in the Doubleday Hotel's pool as well under suspicious circumstances. So the hotel manager at the time and his driver and another person was also arrested years later, but eventually had walked free out back in 2024 after the court had ruled the prosecution's lack of evidence and things in this case. So they were eventually let free, but his death was always considered to be suspicious. So the hotel manager and his driver, Leyland Johnson, were arrested years later. And when they looked into his body, they did find the post-mortem had found some asphyxiation as well as some blunt head trauma. But the defense also claimed that the injuries could have been from him plunging into the pool. So to this day, no one has been held accountable for Sadiq's death. So due to this historic case, now people are looking at the cause for Adrianna. So when it comes to this entire thing, it has many believe that the Doubleday Hotel has been protected due to systematic failures and possible corruption that is happening at the hotel. Adriana's death has now reawakened these concerns, escalating the national outrage towards this hotel. So, as of right now, the hotel has been completely burnt down. The manager's house has been burnt down. They have done a lot of looting out there. It's a lot of rioting going out there, and there's a lot of protests out there in Guyana right now. So Adrianna had disappeared at around 1 p.m., around 1 o'clock, 1:10. Her family had immediately searched for her and notified the authorities at around 3:30 p.m. The police claimed that they had searched the hotel rooms for Adrianna, the yard, the storerooms, as well as the pool, but they did not find her. So when it comes to this investigation, there's also some conflicting reports. So the GPF had falsely reported that Adrianna had entered into a red and black Toyota and was driven away. Later, the investigators had then come back to retract that statement to say that there was no evidence to support that claim. And the internal investigation was then launched into the false reporting. Basically, they lied. And it was a way to throw people off and redirect them away from the hotel, okay? And get the family of Adrianna away from the hotel to buy themselves some time is what many people believe because she never ever left this hotel at any point. Okay. So they also, during this investigation, had wrongly accused a man by the name of Dion Jeffrey. He was detained for hours. His livelihood was also damaged, and he is claiming that he is going to sue them for defamation. Now, on April the 24th, at around 10 o'clock to 10:30 a.m., Adriana's body was then found floating in the pool. Her body, in the way that her body was found, is really questionable. The discovery was made by her father, who is Subrian. I can't know. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, and as well as some enraged protesters. Now, when they found her, they said that her nostrils was raised. There was cotton in her nose. She had bruises all over her, which then led to the suspicion of possible foul play in this case. So the family and the community also alleged that Adrianna may have been essayed during this time and possibly murdered. So accusations that the hotel owner had bribed the police to release false statements in order to obstruct justice is also being alleged in this case as well. So when it comes to the hotel, the family of that owns this business, reports also say that the owners of the Doubleday has fled Guyana, and following these, protests and the destruction of their property and homes, their residence and hotel was both set ablaze by the outraged citizens. So when it comes to the family also say that they had refused the government's they tried to the government attempted to give them a local pathologist, but the family did not want a local pathologist because they feel like that it's corruption there. So they want to be able to get proper justice for their child. Now, the Region 3 police commander Khalid Madel also was reassigned on this case, and the assistant commissioner as well was appointed to this case due to the falsified statements that was made early on in the investigation, what kind of threw things off. Now, when Adrianna's body was found, guys, it was found upright. Okay. It was found upright. And if you know anything about a drowning, then you know that it takes a while for the body to basically begin to float. Okay. It takes a minute. So many people are alleging that the reason why her body was upright is because she was in a praying position. She had scars, and there was a discoloration of her forearms. There was bruises on her legs. Um, and there was a lot of there was a discoloration of her nose, as well as cotton balls that was in her nose. And many people believe that this was done as a way to one or two things. The locals are saying that she possibly was sacrificed for monetary gain, because many people do believe to kill a child brings fortune, while others believe that she could the cotton balls would have stayed there in order to basically slow down the decomposition of her body, but also when it comes to the embalming process, possibly in preparation to bury her before the family was even able to find her. So there's a lot of allegations that is floating around when it comes to Adriana Days. I mean, Adrianna Young's um death, okay? With many believing that it's a thing of corruption here, all right? Not to mention when you have this man here along with Adrianna, who has passed away under the same type of circumstances from the same hotel. And many people also say that there's another man that works very close to this, and he works with the CID. He was seen moments as her body was being discovered, okay? There's a second level of this hotel. In the corner of the hotel, you can see this man standing there, and they saying that he's one of the well-known corrupted officers out there in Guyana. And there is a room that's like caddy corner to where the pool was. And as people are finding her and things of that nature, and searching for Adrianna, he's standing at the door. You also have an image of him kneeling by the door. And then the next thing you see is that room catches fire. Now, when people went into the hotel after the room caught fire, they did see that this hotel is set up in a way of like entrapping someone. There was hidden walls and hidden rooms. They also seen a hidden room with toilets in it, as well as some form of back wall that had United States money as well as Guyanan money there that was in this hotel. But the way that this room is set up, it's set up in a way to where once you in, you can only get out if they let you out, like an entrap type of place. An easy way for someone to pull you in and you cannot get out. Okay. And this another thing about this man is that when you saw him standing, he was acting like he was crying, but the bottom of his pants were wet. Now, keep in mind, it was Adriana's dad who pulled her out the water, as well as it was, family and protesters that were out there with Adriana's body. So there is no way that this man's bottom of his pants should have been wet, because he wouldn't have been the one to pull her out of the water. It was her dad and the family and protesters that did it. Second to that is people who are posting images like this that shows that this would have clearly showed that there was a body there. This image is what people are saying was taken the night that she was being searched for. Okay. And that following morning, Adriana's body was found. So if you look at this pool right here, you can clearly tell that there's nothing there. So that would tell you that even if they searched the pool as they say they did early on in the investigation, that they would have been able to see if she was there. So that's why many people believe that Adrianna was being held somewhere in the hotel and then placed there. And then the fire was set as a distraction in order for them to kind of like buy time, but also redirect the protesters to another area of the hotel. Okay. Yeah, this is one of those situations um that it's a lot of key pieces, and right now Guyana is in an uproar. There's another woman that is currently speaking out as well that says that she was victimized by some of the CID out there in Guyana. And she says that it's a lot of corruption and it has been going on there for a very long time. And that a lot of times, if you get into something out there, they have a sort of corruption that includes bribery. Basically, either pay them or you have to deal with the repercussions of the justice system. And if you don't pay them, then either you pay them or you do, and vice versa. Um, so she says that she was a victim of that. Well, she had got into it with them, with the people of the justice system, and they attempted to bribe her, and she would not take the bribery. Okay. Um, are we going to Bigo today as well? Yes, we're going to Bigo today as well. I will be going over a little bit more in depth because there are pieces to this that I cannot discuss over here. Okay. Um, and I did take some time to kind of, do a little bit of digging to see, about her body. Okay. So when it comes to chlorine water, all right, it takes about 3 to 5 days for the body to naturally float due to the gas buildup and decomposition. Okay. So that would let us know that in order for her body to be floating like it was, it would have had to have already been in the water. Okay. But because it was floating instantaneously like that, that lets us know that she was already deceased before she got in the water. So even when it comes to Guyana's warm climate, okay, and decomposition, um, she was only they were searching for her for about 19 or so hours. So that wouldn't be enough time for her body to begin to surface up in the water, especially the way that it was. Okay. So either one or two things happened here. Either she was not dead and she did not die by drowning and she was placed there after she was already deceased, is what I'm saying. Um, as well as possibly that can cause some floating is if she has some form of mutilation to her body that caused air to get into her body, possibly, and as well as some tampering with the post mortem. And that could add to the cotton balls in her nose, okay? Because that is something that is used in the postmortem state to often stop the smell of postpartum from coming out, because they say that when you are deceased and your body is decaying, it secretes a oil, and that oil has that smell of death that comes from the nose really strongly. So sometimes they will put the cotton in the nose to stop that smell from coming. And you have to keep in mind, if she was being held at this hotel somewhere, then of course they would have been able to smell her. Um Now when it comes to the position of her body was in a vertical floating position. So bodies that float after drowning typically face down in a horizontal type of way, and the arms and legs would be dangling. So vertical floating, especially from head to feet, which is how she was found, it is very rare, and it suggests that one or more things had occurred in this situation. So air was trapped in the lungs or in her clothing that could have happened if death had occurred before she got into the water. Now she did still have her clothes on, I must say. Weight of the clothing as well, which could possibly lower her feet into the water. And then external positioning, meaning someone propped the body up there like that to float. Okay. Because when she was found, okay, she was found in a way to where her head was kind of up. Her arms is like this. Okay. And her feet is down. So that lets us know that she was placed here. This baby did not drown here. If she drowned there, when people were searching for her, they would have seen her. This is not a murky water. This is not the ocean. This is not a lake. This is a pool. Not to mention, this is a very small pool. So, as all the people are out there that are searching, and when I say all the people, there are hundreds of people right now that were out there and during that time searching for this baby. Someone would have seen her in that pool. But I'm going to tell you what was going on with the family when they tried to search for her. They were being pushed away from the pool. They were being pushed away from this burn thing, that the area where the fire had started. Where they're trying to say that the public did it. Whether it wasn't the public that did it, because by the time that, this all the whole room burnt had burnt down, there was a CID man right there, which is the police officer. So that would be impossible. Not to mention, they weren't even allowing the public or the family on the grounds of the hotel. The father kept on telling them that my daughter is at this hotel, but they were very strong on not allowing the public, not allowing the family, not allowing anyone close to this hotel for some reason. Okay? And as you guys know, over here in the US, when someone is searching for a child, it's all hands on deck. Businesses open. You're not stopping anything. We're coming in regardless. We're knocking on doors. Okay? But when they were attempting to do that, they were being blocked from even getting access to from the hotel at all. Okay? Now, when it comes to Adriana's mother, she says that when she talks to the authorities, they told her that they had seen Adriana get into a Toyota. And she's like, that's not, and they showed her some video. They tried to throw her off with a video. She looks at the video and that's not my daughter. So they tried to, another way to distract the public, to make them think that she was not there. This is Adriana's mother account of what happened. Oh, is it not playing? Give me 1 second, guys. I don't know why this thing isn't playing. Hold on. I think I pulled the picture and not the 1 second. Technical difficulties. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second, please. I'll just play it over the audio and let me know if you guys can hear it, okay? Just to make it a little bit easier. I don't want to hold it up too long. So let me know if you can hear the audio when I play it. Okay. This is what the mom had to say. 1 second. Where's my video? I know I have it. I have so much when it comes to this case. Hold on. Um, I'm not playing it yet. Hold on. Technical difficulties. I don't know why it's not playing. It looks like it's coming up as a picture. Okay. Sure. Okay. It's about to start playing. And please let me know if in the comments if you guys can hear this. Independent investigation. I don't need the Guyana police. Can you hear this, guys? FBI to come and investigate this matter. That will bring a lot of closure to me, and bring justice to me and my husband and my family, and my daughter. Barely? Okay. We'll just do this because I don't know why it came up as a photo. I had all my stuff together too. Hold on. I'll just push it over here. Barely. Okay. I'm going to pull it up over here. It's going to come over here. So this is one of those cases where um injustice is happening very vividly. Okay. Injustice is happening a lot in this case. They're trying to sweep this under how they did with Sadiq's case. Okay. They trying to make it seem like that this family does not know what is going on with their child. They're trying to make it seem like as if it wasn't hundreds of people. When I say that there's enough evidence that is circulating in this case, there's no reason that someone shouldn't be in jail. Absolutely no reason. Okay? None. It's a lot going on in this case. Alrighty. I think we have it. Alrighty. There we go.
For an independent investigation. I don't need the Guyana police force.
Are we good, guys? Let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear it. I'm sorry. Hear her.
I need the FBI to come and investigate this matter. That will bring a lot of closure to me and bring justice to me and my husband and my family and my daughter and my son. We've lost all confidence in the Guyana police force because from the inception, they tried to tell us that my niece left the hotel, which she never did. They showed us footage that my sister told them it was not my niece, and yet they released a statement saying that my niece left in a vehicle. So we cannot trust them anymore to investigate, and we do not trust them. So we need the FBI to come in and do a thorough investigation, and our family needs justice.
All right, so Mr. Ali, I know that you said you stand with this family and that you are willing, you're going to leave no stone unturned. And so as a family, we're calling on you. We're asking that you bring in the FBI, request that the FBI comes here and do the investigation for young Adrianna Younge, who tragically was murdered. As my siblings, my sisters said before, we have no trust in the Guyana police force. We do not think that they're competent enough to carry out this investigation. And so we are calling on you to stick to your word and support this family by inviting the FBI to come and do the investigation for us. Thank you.
Okay. So as of right now, there has been no formal charges that has become towards Doubleday Hotel as of yet. Now, I did see some things out there that says that there were 2 officers that possibly are currently being arrested, but I haven't seen anything right now to sign still and say that that is what's happening and what's going on. But I did see that. Now, they are going to be getting an independent autopsy that is expected to be completed today, okay? And they are having some pathologists come from the United States, as well as some investigators that are coming from the United States to do their own independent autopsies. So when it comes to Dion Jeffrey, they are preparing legal action against the Guyana police force due to the falsified information that was given to the mother in an attempt to redirect people away from the hotel when they knew that that was not Adrianna in that car. Okay, they knew it. So when it comes to the hotel owners, they remain to be at large. Now, what I can say is that I did see some reports that they said that the owners of the hotel has fled Guyana. I don't know, if that's for sure, but I have seen some reports of that. They are doing an internal GPF investigation is currently underway in regards to this case. Okay. Now, as of right now, protest is still happening. They're saying there's a lot of looting going on. As I stated earlier, they did burn down the home of the owner of the hotel as well as the hotel. The hotel is completely gone as of right now, and it's nothing but brick over there. When I say that they knocked the whole thing down, um, they are demanding justice and demanding that the FBI, the Scotland Yard, and the RCMP is involved, and they're looking for massive public pressure on the local authorities. So when it comes to the erosion of the public trust, the citizens deeply distrust the GPF and the government institutions due to the corruption and the known corruption that happens out there when it comes to these cases and other cases. Um, this case has now grown over to the US. All right. And you guys know when you have international cases of this level that reaches over here, because there's a lot of eyes watching. There's a lot of foot to ground. There's a lot of voices that are talking. There's a lot of things that are going on, which they know for a fact that with everyone watching the way that they're watching, they know that this case has to be handled correctly, especially with the family requesting that the FBI step into this. um Adriana's case could possibly be a case that is going to dig up a dead root in Guyana, in which the people know has been going on for a very long time. And when I'm reading a lot of posts, they're basically saying that this isn't new. This is something that they have been dealing with locally for decades. It's just that no one listens, and cases are closed. So unfortunately, Adriana lost her life, but I don't think that it's going to go in vain. And I think that Adriana's death is going to be the key to a vote in which the people of Guyana had needed. Um, and they need justice out there. When I'm looking at the pain of these people, when I look at the pain of their eyes, in their they have, you can tell that they literally, enough is enough. Everybody have enough is enough on their faces, because you can tell that they have cried and they have screamed and they have yelled and they have asked for justice over and over again just to never receive it. And that is the look on everyone's faces um in this case here. Now, there's a lot of people that are speaking that are saying that when Adriana had went downstairs to get these swim bands, apparently she was approached by a female who, told her, and was showing her different colors of the band. And then next thing you know, it was a man that came out of nowhere. And those are the type of things that are coming out. And I must say, there are employees that are speaking anonymously on social media about the things in which they had seen that night. Um, and many of them are saying that they are receiving threats and they are afraid to speak out because of the things in which they're saying and the things in which they have seen. So make sure that you guys please keep Guyana in your prayers. They're definitely dealing with a lot over there. Um, and hopefully that when the doctors and investigators come and the pathologists come from the United States, that they will be able to give clarity to this family. Okay. This case reminds me very much of Kanika Jenkins. If you guys don't remember, out there in Chicago or Illinois, this case reminds me of Kanika Jenkins' case. Bad. When I say this is literally, except for without the friend group, this reminds me of her case, because, Kanika was there with friends, but how her body was found and the circumstances in regards to Kanika's case is very much like this one here. Yeah, it's so similar. So similar to Kanika's case. I'm going to be keeping very much close eye on it and, keeping you guys updated. I've been watching it all weekend since it all's been, someone brought it to me on the Beagle side of things today. Now, Bigo, I will be coming to you guys this morning. We're going to be getting a little bit more in depth into this. There's other pieces to this puzzle that we have to discuss. There's other footage that I do have. There's other witnesses' accounts. I do have the statements that has been placed on social media from people who work there at the Doubleday. So we're going to be going over that stuff on the Bigo side of things. If you do not watch on the Bigo side of things, the Bigo show will be recorded and you will be able to watch it on savageroyalty.com later when I upload it. Okay. You must subscribe in order for you to be able to watch it. And I'm going to put everything together to this story. All right. For you guys over here. Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me today. I see a bunch of new people up in here. Hey, newbies. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel if you haven't done so already. I do go live every single day over here on YouTube, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I cover all cases of missing persons, child abuse and neglect, true crime, and high-profile cases in celebrity crime. So those are my areas in which I do cover. If you are new here and if you like this video, please like this video. And please let me know your thoughts about the video if you're watching the replay. Let me know about what you think about this case, how you think this case is going to go. And just your thoughts on it. And if you haven't done so, please make sure. I'm a newbie. You're definitely not a newbie. Far from it. If you haven't done so already, please make sure that you do subscribe. And so that you don't miss anything. Okay. You don't miss anything. And if any point you want me to cover any cases, you can always submit a tip to savageroyalty.com or follow me on Instagram and submit stories there. All right. I'll see you guys. Bigo. I'm on my way to you. I'll be with you guys in about 10 minutes. Okay. Thank you for watching True Crime with Savage Royalty.